Since the invention of the combustion engine, people have been designing unusual contraptions that one can fit in to make them work. From those for military purposes, transport, or just to show what's possible, there are countless machines that are simply unbelievable. With that in mind, we've found some of the strangest and most impressive ones that have ever been built. So here are the 15 most extreme vehicles in the world. Number 15. Falcatus Vehicle. The Falcatus is a new vehicle that has been designed in Russia for use in the military. It's a multi-person armored vehicle, but unlike the others you'll see on the battlefield, this one looks noticeably futuristic. It would almost seem better placed in a sci-fi movie, but this is absolute reality. There's room inside for it to carry 10 people, and the seating arrangements can be altered depending on operational requirements. Its main purpose is to be able to drive into high-risk areas and deploy troops where they're needed the most to help take control of the situation. With four-wheel drive and based on a double-axis chassis, there are very few environments it's unable to operate in. And so it's an incredibly effective tool. It's used, in particular, for anti-terrorism missions, where precision is required to neutralize a threat. And based on recent successes, there are more on order. And it could soon become the go-to vehicle for all of Russia's military campaigns. If there was anything that would instantly make enemies of the state drop their weapons and surrender, then surely it would be this. Before we go on, we have a cool challenge for y'all that will take 5 seconds to complete. Let's make a deal. Just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 10 years of amazing luck and fortune. Try it. It actually works. Number 14. Mercedes-AMG. Mercedes-AMG is one of the most prestigious car manufacturers in the world. But it's not just racing cars and personal transport that they produce in their factories. At the beginning of the last decade, they revealed their new concept design, the G63 6x6, and it's an absolute beast. It's a G-Class with 6 wheels and 3 axles, which will allow you to drive over virtually any terrain that lies in your path. Unsurprisingly, they almost immediately sold out of the first production of 100 of these vehicles, with wealthy customers around the world snapping at the chance to have one for themselves. They were all produced and delivered to clients in 2014, and recently one was listed on eBay in the US. It had originally been sold to its first owner at the Dubai Auto Show for $531,000 and was diamond white in color with a black and red detail in the interior. They may cost the price of a decent-sized property in most parts of the world, but what house do you know of that can do this? Number 13. Develle 60 Sinister 6x6 SUV. Develle is a car company that's based in Dubai. And, as you'd expect for a manufacturer based in one of the world's most exclusive and disconcerting car markets, where a day doesn't go past without seeing a supercar, they have something special up their sleeves. You may think you've seen or driven a fast car, but you've seen nothing yet. The Sinister 6x6 SUV isn't your typical family vehicle. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 5.8 seconds, with an engine that generates over 700 horsepower. Amazingly, in a test on a drag strip, it was able to beat a Mercedes-AMG GT sports car, which should be by all rights impossible. But the company isn't done yet. They are also working on their own supercar, which, they say, will produce an insane 5,000 horsepower and be capable of accelerating to 348 miles per hour. They are yet to demo a working prototype, but if they manage to do it, it'll surely force every manufacturer in the world to reevaluate what a supercar should be. Number 12. Rochelle Senator APC. There are several companies around the world that make their own armored personnel carriers for military use. But one of the leaders in the field is Rochelle Defense Solutions. They have a range of vehicles on offer that are specialized for the rigor of an ever-changing and demanding war zone. And their flagship product is the Rochelle Senator APC, which is an impressive piece of machinery. It's designed to be used by armed forces, police, and peacekeeping troops, and the unique thing about it is that it's modular in design. This means that each vehicle can be quickly adapted to the mission it's about to face, and ensures that the operators inside are as well equipped as they could possibly want to be. The Senator can be turned into a personnel carrier or mobile command, but also as a medical evac vehicle, a surveillance outpost, and even for riot control. This isn't just for dealing with enemies, but also for civilian populations, and allows authorities to gain control of unraveling situations before they get out of control and require more extreme measures. Number 11. The Rhino GX. SUVs are the most popular vehicle design in the world. But not all are created equal. This is the Rhino GX, the largest and most luxurious SUV that money can buy. On the outside, it's a rugged beast with powerful LEDs to light the way and custom 38-inch off-road tires. But in the interior, it's a completely different story. The company touts it as being the perfect way to transition between the wilderness and going for an elegant night out. And it's hard to disagree. Enjoyment was definitely in mind when this was designed, and comes fitted with an insane sound system from Alpine, which includes a powerful subwoofer that would be good enough for most clubs, let alone a car. It also comes with all the features you'd expect from a modern vehicle, such as rear HD cameras and a full integrated audio-visual system. The seats are covered in leather, and there's an almost unbelievable amount of room inside for every passenger. It's almost as if this car's been on Pimp My Ride before rolling out of the production facility. Number 10. Ram Heavy Duty. Ram is known for its wide range of pickup trucks, but there are none as extreme as the heavy-duty line. You have your choice of the 2500 series, which weighs 3/4 of a ton, or the 3500 series, that weighs a ton, and the intent is to tempt the loyal customer bases of other companies over with superior build quality and features. It's an absolute workhorse for its primary function as a worksite truck, but transitions perfectly into use as a day-to-day ride as well. No longer do you have to decide whether you want to prioritize power over comfort, because with a towing capability of over 35,000 pounds, incredible torque, and amenities like a touchscreen control panel and leather interior, this vehicle has both sides covered. Surprisingly, it also has inbuilt parking assistance.
It's actually telling us to stop, go back to forward,
and a ridiculous amount of restroom, while at the same time being able to tow trailers, boats, and virtually anything else you can think of. It's almost a challenge in its own right to try and find something the Ram Heavy Duty can't do. And with a countless number of customizations on offer, no two will ever be the same. Number 9. Hennessy Goliath 6x6. The Hennessy Goliath 6x6 is designed to be a powerful machine that can be used for almost any task a truck could be required for. When they first debuted it, there was the ability to boost the power to a whopping 705 horsepower, which would allow it to go from 0 to 60 in just 4.5 seconds. If pure speed isn't all that matters to you, a more economical version is available too. But both models have the torque and pure grunt you need to tow or carry whatever you need. The base price is $375,000, which may sound like a lot, but it's well worth the money. It comes with custom 20-inch wheels, LED lights, a redesigned rear suspension system, and a lift kit, as well as a stable 6x6 truck bed that's more than equipped to carry huge loads. The interior is great too, with comfortable seats, a digital control panel, and a fitted roll cage just in case. But the main thing about the Goliath is just its pure strength. Number 8. Southern Off-Road Jeep Wrangler 6x6. The Southern Off-Road Jeep Wrangler 6x6 is a custom version of the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, with some noticeable additions that make it far beyond what it originally was. It was created by Southern Off-Road and Monster Customs, who added the extra set of wheels and the pickup bed at the rear. But there's a lot more going on here than meets the eye. They've replaced the engine and installed a 6.4-liter Hemi V8, and instead of a 5-speed automatic, it now has a tougher and more durable 6-speed. With the increased weight and power, it was necessary to upgrade the axles, add an extra powerful braking system, and a custom suspension with a 4.5-inch lift kit. They've also created a custom hood, grille, and bumpers, and LED lights and strips have been used throughout to ensure the owner can illuminate everything they need to. With a Blu-ray player, a 14-speaker sound system, an LCD control panel, and an interior design to look like the stitching and material of a baseball, you might wonder if you could even get it in because of how high it rides. That will lower down for you and give you easy access. Number 7. Mil-Spec Automotive Hummer H1. Mil-Spec is a leading customization company, and one of their most impressive products is the Mil-Spec Automotive Hummer H1. They begin with an H1 Hummer, either sourced by the client or directly from the manufacturer, and then they proceed to break it down to its constituent parts. Working with the frame, they replace the suspension and get rid of the notoriously terrible engine, and instead fit a 6.6-liter Duramax diesel V8. It generates 500 horsepower and gives 1,000 pounds per foot torque, which means the vehicle has some serious strength. The experts at the shop finely tuned the engine to work in its new surroundings. Add heavy-duty bumpers, exterior vents, 18-inch wheels, and LED lights, before fitting bespoke interior components depending on the particular requirements of the customer. Finally, they coat it with a personalized paint job before it's ready for delivery. They also make one alteration that makes the vehicle less of a blight on the environment.
Give it some ballast and weight.
As this version can run entirely on biodiesel, instead of being a gas guzzler like the spec it's designed on does. Number 6. Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6. Described by Hennessy as pure aggression on wheels. All 6 of them. The Velociraptor is a vehicle that more than lives up to its name. It's undoubtedly a beautiful machine, and one that'll turn heads wherever you go. But beyond its aesthetics, it's designed to reliably perform any task you throw at it. It has a large V8 engine that outputs 602 horsepower and gives 622 pounds per foot torque, which allows it to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds, which is insane for a vehicle this size. It's not just about speed either, because they've made sure it can use this power effectively. With 22-inch wheels and tires that are made by Tokyo Open Country, as well as a Fox suspension, 6x6 locking rear axles, custom rear and front bumpers, a roll bar, and a powerful LED lighting rig, the Velociraptor will be there to work on jobs throughout the day or night without relenting. It's without a doubt one of the most extreme and impressive trucks to ever be built. And at $349,000, it's an investment that's well worth it. Number 5. Carlman King. You might at first look at the Carlman King and think it's something that's driven the wrong way off a movie set. But this futuristic vehicle is a cutting-edge SUV, which has taken inspiration from diamonds and fighter jets in its design. It's described as being a ground stealth fighter, and at a price of more than $2 million, it is full of features you'd probably never have thought of having in a car. With a matte black finish, the angles and panels of its design mean that it's invisible to radar, and doesn't even glow under bright lights. It's made from carbon fiber and steel, and as an optional extra, it can be further toughened to be fully bulletproof. While the outside is pure mean, the interior is complete luxury. It has a retractable HD TV, a PlayStation 4 and Apple TV, as well as a fridge that comes with a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses, and an inbuilt Nespresso machine for freshly made coffee. Passengers have full control over the interior lighting too, so it can adapt with the mood. And there's aircon, controllable seats, and an SOS service in case there's an emergency. If you have the cash to spend, there's nothing quite like it, and it could be a preview of what all cars may look like one day. Number 4. Mercedes-Benz Unimog. The Mercedes-Benz Unimog is a range of all-terrain vehicles that were first introduced in 1948. Of course, the design has come on leaps and bounds since the first one. And now they're one of the most versatile machines for sale on the planet. They are all-wheel drive, have a top speed of 55 miles per hour, and have an entirely welded frame to ensure they last for a long time. Designed to work across all terrain, they make light work of steep inclines and have short shift times in all conditions, so they are easy to drive. They are modular, so can be adapted for any purposes, which is one of the reasons why they're used by a variety of sectors. Militaries around the world use them as transports. Fire brigades adapt them for quick responses to emergencies. Construction crews can install cranes or winches. And they can also be used simply for the transport of goods. The Unimog has been the workhorse of the industry for more than 70 years. And it's only going to continue going from strength to strength. Number 3. Rezvani Tank Military Edition. While you may think the Rezvani Tank Military Edition is designed for use by troops, it's in fact a luxury vehicle for civilian use that takes design inspiration from those used in warfare. With a starting price of $259,000, it comes equipped with a number of features for those who want to be able to cruise the streets in ultimate comfort and safety. It has a slick design, has powerful LED lighting to illuminate everything ahead, and will look impressive no matter where you are. It has thermal imaging cameras, bulletproof glass and armor, run-flat tires, electromagnetic pulse protection, gas masks, protective strobe lights, a smoke screen, and even underside explosive protection. The 6.4-liter 500-horsepower V8 engine comes as standard, but this can be upgraded to a 1,000-horsepower version that will power the vehicle through any terrain you'll ever come across. There's very little this vehicle can't handle, and it's the perfect choice for high-profile individuals or those who want to be prepared for when society falls apart around them. Number 2. Avtoro Shaman 8x8. The Russian Avtoro Shaman 8x8 isn't exactly the most city-friendly vehicle.
Okay, here we go.
But if you're driving it through the streets, you're not making most of its full potential. It's an absolute monster of a vehicle, and is designed to go off-roading in the most challenging of environments. It has low-pressure tires to ensure the ride is as comfortable as possible, while you're rolling over jagged rocks, and has a Hermit boat frame with high-powered pumps, and an attachable propeller, which means even a deeper river won't get in your way. There's a surprising amount of room inside for 9 people, and the driver sits in a centralized cockpit with the type of controls you'd more expect to see in an SUV. There's an automatic parking option, an LCD display, and buttons to alter the ride height and comfort in whatever way you want. For such a large vehicle, the powerful Iveco F1C engine provides 146 horsepower, but with impressive torque. It has a top speed of 44 miles per hour on land and 4.3 miles per hour in water. For traversing the Russian countryside, there truly is no better choice. Number 1. The Marauder. The Marauder burst onto the scene in 2008. And it's undoubtedly the most extreme vehicle in the world. This 10-ton beast was designed for use by the South African military, and is built to survive anything that anyone can throw at it. It's covered in steel reinforcement, and even the windows are 3.5 inches thick. It has an engine that gives 290 brake horsepower, and it's powerful enough to tow a flatbed truck that's trying to drive in the opposite direction. Its main use is to take personnel into the middle of war zones, however, and with an operational range of 430 miles, mounted cannon weapons, the ability to operate a command center from inside, and room for up to 10 people, its arrival is certain to turn the tide of whatever instant it's been sent to take control of. It can withstand explosions, rockets, and bullets, at the same time as being able to drive over other vehicles, operate even when the tires have been destroyed, and can even drive through walls. It's also used by the militaries of Jordan, the Republic of Congo, and Azerbaijan, and is increasingly being considered by others around the world after seeing how effective it has proved to be. Which of these did you find to be the most impressive? And if you had the chance, which one do you think would be the most fun to drive? Make sure to let us know in the comments section. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen right now. See you next time.